What's up, everybody? This is Stephanie, and I'm back with a birdhouse. This is the first one that I've ever altered before, and I had a really good time with it. It was a lot of fun. This is just one of those that you can get at Joann's or Michael's for $1. So, and I put it on top of a candlestick holder. So the first thing that I did to it was I gessoed it, and then I painted it with a Lumiere highlight blue. Because at the beginning I had no destination in mind for it. I just knew that I wanted to do it, and I think I just wanted to use that paint. I don't think I had used it before. So even though it says highlight blue, it's just a really pearly white with a light sheen of baby blue to it. And so let me see if you can. Sometimes, and when you look at it differently, like up here, you're able to see, and just, in little places where I didn't cover it with paper, it does have a bluish sheen to it sometimes, and I don't mind that because, there is no blue in the project. So, but like I said, I had no destination in mind for it when I started. I just painted it, and then I was like, what paper am I going to use? So I headed to my scraps, and I was able to find a piece that covered the whole house. And it's from the DCWV, the Mariposa stack, which is this one, and it's got beautiful papers. I won't go through it right now because this is an old line. Sorry, and so I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but so I covered it in this, and after it was on there and I was looking at it, I decided that I wanted to really bring out all of the greens in it. So greens and oranges. So I distressed the whole thing in peeled paint. And then after I did that, I worked on the roof. And then, so what I did was I took this lace right here, which I got at Joann's in like the $2.50 bin. So and I like it. It's a very stiff lace. See how it just stands up there like on its own. So it would be good for to line things with around the top or edges. And so I colored it first in this Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Chartreuse, which I'm in love with this color. It has a gold sheen to it, and so when you look at it, it's mainly that olive color, but it also has that gold sheen to it. So I sprayed it all on that, and then when I glued it down, instead of gluing it straight, because this is a stiff lace, I didn't want it to stick out that far off of the roof. So when I glued it, I just did it like that, and then I tiered it all the way up, and then I trimmed it. And I did that to both sides, and then once that was done, I did the bottom. I didn't have the idea to put this sheet moss on there until way later. It just kind of was like an afterthought. And so with the bottom, this dangle trim right here is from the upholstery section in Joann's, and then this heart lace right here is from Lavish Laces, and she carries it in white and black. And so then that one on top, and then after that I put this small pearl trim all the way around. And then and then I kind of stopped for, I think I was working at night, and then I was like, oh, this is a good stopping point. And so the next day I was at Walmart in the floral section, and I saw the sheet moss, and I was like, oh, that would look pretty cute on there. I kind of wanted like a natural, earthy, woodsy feel to the house. So, and I had never used it before. I didn't know like what it was going to be like, but it wasn't bad. I just used hot glue to stick it on there, and I put it all the way around the base of the birdhouse. And then for the roof, I didn't want to cover up all the lace, and birds are like hodgepodgey anyways. They just kind of get a whole bunch of random mixture of things to make their nest, and they just stick it all together. So I just wanted to look like they had just plopped the moss like randomly on places. So I have it along the top to cover up the seam from the lace, and then it goes along down here and across the top and the sides, And then for this side, it was a little trickier with the chimney. So the way that I got this middle piece of lace on there was I cut it here, and then I cut it in two places. Like here, let's see. So say this was my strip, and then I just cut it here and here, and then I had three pieces, two short ones and then the long one. So, you know, one long one, one short one I could just place right there. And then for the second short piece, I just trimmed the bottom to make it even here, and then I glued that piece down there, and then the long piece went there. And then because, and so that's how it looked before I put the sheet moss on there. And I knew, I mean, I wasn't too concerned about it because I knew I was going to embellish and put something on there to cover it up anyhow, but I just didn't know what yet at the time. So when I got the sheet moss, I was like, oh, well, that would be kind of cute to cover up that area. And I might put something here later on. I might not. I'm not sure. I don't want to overdo it, you know, but so I just put a little bit here, right there to cover up, you know, the seam of the lace, and then along the top here, and then a little bit cascading down there. So once that was done, then I worked on my cluster, and this is, let's see, this is from Wild Orchid Crafts. These three and all of the orange and yellow flowers are from the same flower pack from Michael's. I just used a whole pack on the whole thing. And I have some of their rosettes there that were white, and then once they were on there I just distressed it a little bit in peeled paint so that they weren't so bright. And I believe that's it for that cluster. I put some sheet moss down in the bottom here, and then one of those flowers. This bird is from Ashley or Ashland, whatever that home decor collection is that they carry at Michael's, and it was like 60% off or something. So I got a couple of colors of those, and I thought that looked really nice there. So I just popped that right on top of the fence there with some tacky glue, and I put another one of the flowers there with two Wild Orchid Craft flowers. One's a 10 millimeter and that's a 15 millimeter. These are Prima butterflies that I just distressed in peeled paint, so it would just go along with the, you know, with the color theme. And let's see, on the back, these are some just some three-dimensional stickers from Kane Company, and there's one there and one there, and then some rosettes right there. And then for the bottom, okay, so for the candlestick, I gessoed it, and then I painted it in this vintage white color, vintage parchment, I think. It's like folk art. And then I distressed all of the relief areas, you know, with the peeled paint. And then for my cluster, okay, so this is a felt flower that I distressed in peeled paint. There's some rosettes that I just put along the bottom to fill in the open spots. There's another one of those flowers from that Michael's pack. And then this is one of my t-shirt flowers, which I just made from an old olive shirt. I didn't do any coloring to it because I thought it went pretty well with the whole color theme. I did put a flat back pearl in the middle, and then I wanted it to pop out a little bit more, and I didn't know exactly what to do, so I put stickles on there, and I'm not happy with it, how it came out. It's okay because I can, you know, fluff up the flower like that, and then you'll just see, you won't see like the whole thing, and it's just there on the side, but it's not even, and that's the only thing about it that I'm not too crazy about. But other than that, overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. I think it's cute, and it will definitely remind me of springtime since it's blazing hot here. Oh, and the last thing that I did was I put this filigree on there. This is from Shabalicious. Lily gave that to me as a gift in an order, so thank you, Lily. It worked out perfectly there. And then I popped a flat back pearl on there. I'm not exactly sure of the size. It's a big one. It's not one of the small regular size ones, so sorry about that. But that's about it. That's my birdhouse, and I've enjoyed the process. I can see why a lot of people do like making those, and I appreciate you guys watching, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.